Tessa, this is a great movie. I love it so
Thank
much.
you.
And I gotta ask, because Bianca is so refreshing to me because she's not a general love interest. She has her own goals, her own aspirations. So let's catch the people up. How is Bianca's music career going?
Oh, it's going really well. She's very happy. She just signed with a label, which is a big deal. I think for her, she's in this space that I think a lot of artists, I have tons of friends that are musicians, and they go through this period where maybe you're an indie musician and you're making music in your living room, and
Right.
you're sort of you're in charge of everything, and then suddenly you maybe have some interest and you have to make a decision. Do you want to open yourself up to collaborate with others? Do you want to take a chance and maybe see your work go to the next level, but give up some of your control over
Right.
it? And that's a really delicate and exciting space for an artist. And so it was really fun to get to play that in this, and also in the space between the first film and the second, she has really evolved. And then how do you make the music evolve too? So we had some dope people like James Fauntleroy and Bibi Borelli come in and write with me, and that was so exciting to take the music to a new level.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
This time around, you get to share the screen with Mama Creed, Felicia Rashad. How was that experience?
Incredible, because I wouldn't be here without Felicia. Honestly, she paved the way for me and so many women like me, and she's just like class personified and so incredibly giving and gifted. And when we were making the film, she only had Mondays to give us because she was directing a play in New York.
Wow.
So she would come on the train, work her only day off with us. So she's just a consummate professional, and like I've just aspired to be in a fraction of what she is as a human and as a performer. I know, don't we all?
Now, speaking of collaboration, you have a new director this time around. Stephen, he's taken the helm here. How was his vision lining up with Ryan Coogler's, and what did he bring to the table that for the sequel of this film?
I mean, oddly, we were so obviously, this was our darling, and we made it with Ryan, and he wouldn't be coming back, and so there was trepidation around that. And then Stephen was really the perfect person. When I saw his film, The Land, that was immediately apparent to me. And oddly, he and Ryan share a lot of things in common. They both went to USC. These Creed films, respectively, are their second films. They both made their debut features that went to Sundance, both about their hometowns. They're both with their high school sweethearts.
Really?
Yeah. It's crazy, the parallels between them. And in a way, they are similar filmmakers in the sense of their sensitivity, but they're also very different and very singular. One thing that I think was so beautiful that Stephen brought to this film is really wanting to humanize the villain in it, the would-be villain in the form of Drago. And I think that really sophisticated the movie and complicated the fight scenes in a way that gives them a real emotional core. So I love that about his vision.
Because you care about Victor just as much as you do Adonis. It's crazy.
I know, that's the cool hat trick of the movie. I think it's really very, very special and very different than any Rocky film, really.
I agree.
You really care. Yeah.
Speaking of Adonis and Victor, how does Bianca deal with kind of Adonis's obsession to beat the Dragos?
Yeah, I mean, someone was talking today about how this film sort of talks about toxic masculinity, and I think something that is happening for Adonis at the start of this film is he really is an army of one. He is so focused on this idea of vengeance and what he wants and his own legacy that he is ignoring the things that are really important to him, that will really sustain him. And in the course of the film, he figures that out. And certainly Bianca helps him, but the truth is that's something he has to figure out on his own. It's not the responsibility of any woman. Like, he's got to figure out his own toxic masculinity and clean it up. And it's cool that in the course of the film, he does that. And then also realizes that in his opponent, they have so much in common, which I think is really beautiful.